Hi guys, happy Wednesday. So this is our weekly Ask an Advocate session where we come to you and help meet you where you're at on your wellness journey. And if you ever have any questions, you can post them on one of these or just email us or whatever. Just get a hold of us and we will do our best to answer your question.
Yep.
And so my name is Danette Penrod and I am with Wellness Spoiled.
And I'm Tiffany Patel with Nature's Gift.
And we both partner with doTERRA Essential Oils to help provide you with the ongoing support and education behind their products. So today we thought we would talk about some controversial questions or some common questions that people have about essential oils. Mm-hmm. And we'll just dive into just a couple of them. And if that triggers anything for you, pop it in the comments and we will try to get to that today.
Right. So if it brings up more questions for you, please let us know. Or if there's anything, because sometimes you'll hear essential oils are bad for animals. You can't diffuse them in your house, that kind of thing. Which there's a lot of bad raps around that. There are some oils that this is kind of off the topic, but this is something that I get a lot but if you're diffusing, make sure that your animals are not trapped in the room where the diffuser is. And another one, tea tree, oregano, just be careful with those. But anyway, that's not one of our questions.
Well, you can make it one. You can make it one. It's fine.
But that's one that I just thought of that a lot of people ask me. Yes. But we also hear, what does it mean if you do not like the smell of an oil and it smells bad? Personally, at the beginning of my journey, I did not like the smell of tea tree or frankincense. But I knew that I needed them and I knew I wanted to use them because of their properties and how good they are for you. And now I use them every single day on my face. So it's right up against me knows. But some people believe that the bad smelling oils means that their body needs them, or that and so then they should have them, or that sometimes they think the opposite is true, that the bad oils, you shouldn't use them. So both are myths. So go with that. They're both myths. So what does it mean? All it means is you don't like the smell. So there's definitely some that you will not like. If you see what you need it for, if you wanted to say you don't like serenity or lavender, there's some people that do not like lavender. There are other oils that have similar properties that can help you with sleep or calming. So you just find what else, and you can ask us. That's what we're here for. You can ask us to figure out what oils can you use that is not a lavender smelling oil. So that is very common, but I know it sounds very simple, but it is true that you just don't use that oil and you find a different one that you could use instead. So also another way to do it is put it on your feet and then put socks on. So you won't necessarily smell it if you don't like tea tree. Tea tree can help with some of that stuff that may grow on your feet, but you can just roll it on your feet. You don't even have to touch it and then put socks on. So that's something that you may not like the smell, but holy cow, the properties in it are really going to help you. Just put it on your feet and put socks on. That's my advice.
Yeah. And whoa, I don't know what happened to her.
Whoa.
That was weird.
Sorry, beeps.
So another thought on that same thing is I really wanted frankincense, but I didn't like the smell either. So I just kept using it. And tea tree is another one. Same, we have the same, I guess, noses or whatever. Right. Not one that I liked the smell of, but it's one that I use on my husband every day, on his residual limb. So both of them being used every day, I've developed a comfort level with them that I didn't have before. It's neither one are ones that I would necessarily diffuse because I don't love them enough to diffuse, But I feel like if you know that something is good for you, I'll give you an example. Pepto-Bismol. Do you remember that as a kid? I remember it's horrid. I hated it. I actually threw up whenever I would take it, but people will suck it up, go through the chalkiness and that nastiness because they know that it's going to help their tummies, right? Same thing with an essential oil. If you don't like the smell, but you know that it's going to be beneficial, you might just suck it up and use it. And I think what you'll find is that eventually you'll come to appreciate it and it won't have as bad of a smell.
Right.
So now I don't mind frankincense, and tea tree, though not my favorite, I'm okay with it. It's not as like bad as it used to be.
Yeah. And something to go along with that. I know I'm thinking of one specific customer that she does not like lavender. And like I was talking about, if you don't like lavender, find something else. But she discovered that doTERRA's lavender was a lot different than what she thought lavender should smell like. So going into Bath and Body Works and you have a lavender, sorry, Danette, I know it was a fave, but if you have a lavender like hand soap or something, and the smell of that it could be that it is just, it's a chemically made product. I know, essential oils are chemicals. I mean, it's properties, but it's synthetic chemicals that they are making to it smell like lavender. So it may be different for that smell that actually the real thing smells different. So
I agree with that too. So the other question we get all the time is, do essential oils expire? So the short answer to that is yes, they do. So doTERRA actually stamps the bottom of each bottle with a lot number and an expiration date. So I just want you to think about this for a second. Even water has an expiration date. And why is that? That's because of regulations. So doTERRA, especially for the oils that are, all of them have it, but especially for oils that are marked for internal use, they have to have an expiration date on it to fulfill those regulatory requirements. So if you think about an essential oil, the very nature of an essential oil makes them extremely stable. So they've actually done shelf life testing, and that has shown that they maintain their efficacy for 5, 10 years or more. So those expiration dates, just think of them as they have to put them on there. There are certain oils like citrus oils that may expire faster, or that you may want to be more cognizant of that expiration date. If you are overly worried about it, you can put your essential oils in the refrigerator, especially citrus oils. Some scientists at doTERRA, Tiffany and I, you share that part of it.
Yeah, no, so we were at convention and they always have a marketplace. No, what is it called?
Yeah,
marketplace. So they have, marketplace.
I don't know.
Anyway, they have all these amazing displays of, say, they'll do, like things that you can test and science areas. And so anyway, but there was a science corner and I went up to one of the scientists because I wanted to know, do they expire? And she said, yes, but the citrus oils are more like, or are going to expire closer to the date that you, it's on the bottom, but you have to also make sure of how you're storing them. I don't know if you...
yeah, no, that's totally true. So storing essential oils in room temperature and avoiding extreme temperatures. So like, don't keep them in your car. And now I know Tiff keeps certain oils in her car sometimes for diffusing, right?
I'm not ingesting, like, so...
Correct.
Oh my gosh, what is it called? Island Mist is one I like to have in the car. So I'm not going to be ingesting that one. So I don't feel that it is, it's not necessarily a bad thing to have in the car. If you're going to be ingesting it, it's going to change the properties of the oil, then you don't want to have it in the car.
Right. So if you ever wonder why they're in an amber bottle, that's to help protect them from UV rays. So if you have a clear bottle, just be extremely careful about where you actually have them placed, like within your room or wherever, so that they don't get that direct sunlight. Even in an amber bottle, you don't want them like sitting in the sun or exposed to extreme heat. And you remember these are aromatic compounds from the plant. So any exposure to oxygen can cause that oxidation in the oil. So you want to, don't leave the cap unscrewed. And I've done this with tea tree at night, because again, it's one I put on my husband. So I would unscrew it, and I've left it off overnight. I've never had a problem. It's never smelled rancid or anything like that to me. It just evaporates more quickly.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, so you just want to make sure you put the cap back on. You want to make sure you're storing them properly. If you are concerned at all, just ask.
Right. Well, and also another thing that scientists said is the citrus oils, if you do want them to last longer, you can keep them in the refrigerator. So that was one thing that you don't have to, but that is one thing that you can extend the life of. But they have like 5-6 years. I'm just thinking like yellow mandarin. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's 4 years. And I think I've had this for a year. So, you got to think, 5 years, are you going to be using this? Yep. To be diffusing if that's not, yes. So, well, and also another question we will have, do essential oils stain your clothes or your linens? So I will oftentimes put drops on a dryer ball, which I realized I found a favorite, which is lemongrass. A friend told me she puts lemongrass on her dryer balls. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And today I was drying clothes, lemongrass and lavender. One ball of lemongrass, one of lavender. But anyway, so then another friend asked me, well, doesn't that stain your clothes? No, it doesn't, because they're aromatic. Once again, they are going to evaporate. But if you get, say you're putting on lotion on your face or whatever, and you accidentally get a drop on your shirt. So it will evaporate, but it will also get washed out. You may have a little residual stain, and it will get washed out in the washer. Danette and I were kind of talking about before this, do the blue or darker oils stain? I have never had a stain. I've never dropped it on clothes and seen if it stains. So like blue tansy, yarrow palm, even deep blue is a little bit, it has blue tansy in it, so it's a little bit darker. I'm not sure if they will stain. I mean, I don't want
to. Well, and I've never had a problem with deep blue. I mean, I don't know if that equates, because it's got other things in it, but right. I mean, I was just thinking about, I've used deep blue on my back and then, worn a shirt and never had a problem with staining.
Right. So don't worry about that. Even, when you're putting them on the dryer balls with your sheets and all of that.
Well, and you can get stains out with essential oils. So to me, it seems like they wouldn't. Lemon and On Guard both I've used for getting stains out. So
yes. Yep.
Anyway.
If you have any more pressing questions, we would love to address them next Wednesday. Everybody have an awesome new year. Be safe, happy. Let's bring on 2021 and, let's make it a better year.
Let's put on our positive pants.
Yes, exactly. And then we get to see you in the new year.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye.